All right, day 3 of these exponent rules. So today we're going to talk about something called the power rule. And what it says is if you have something raised to a power and then it raises it to another power, what you do with those exponents is you multiply them. So if you have x to the a power and then raised to the b power, it's actually x to the a times b. So, let's take a look at a couple of examples. So for this one right here, it says x squared and then to the 5th. So you would do x to the 2 times 5, and 2 times 5 is 10. So yesterday we added exponents, we're multiplying. If you have an exponent raised to an exponent, you multiply them. Here we have two things going on in here. So you actually distribute the exponent using multiplication. So when we distribute m to the 7th to the 4th, you're going to do 7 times 4, which is 28. N to the 4th, 4 times 4 is 16. And then again here, distribute the exponent using multiplication. This c is the same thing as c to the 1st. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So when you distribute, multiply or raise it to that power. Now, when you have coefficients or when you have numbers out in front, it's a little bit different. What you are going to do is you're actually going to raise the coefficient or raise the number to the power, and then you're going to, so take the number, actually raise it to the power, and then with your variables, you're just going to simplify them using that power rule. So, for example, number 4, we're going to distribute, and this becomes 5 squared. 7 times 2 is 14. We can square the 5 though. So if you have your Desmos, and if you take 5 squared, you get 25. So this actually is 25 x to the 14th. Let's take a look at another one. So distribute the 5 to every single thing inside the parentheses. So you get 2 to the 5th, x squared to the 5th. Multiply the exponents and you get x to the 10th. Y to that's like y to the 1st. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we actually do this operation here. 2 to the 5th, 2, and then right here, let me move that. This right here is telling the calculator to raise it to a different power besides square, and we want 2 to the 5th, which is 32. It's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 32. So 2 to the 5th is 32, and then you have x to the 10th, y to the 5th. There's that one. And then, let's see, what else can we take a look at here? So let's take a look at number 8. If we distribute the 3, this is the same thing as negative 3 cubed, and then 3 times 2 is x to the 6th. So negative 3 cubed, negative 3 to the 3rd power is negative 27, x to the 6th. And you can't see that, I'm sorry. So the thing to remember is that when you distribute, when you're basically distributing your exponent, and when you distribute your exponent, you multiply. So a couple of mixed practices, taking into account kind of what we've done the last couple of days. We're going to take a look at number 10 and then number 14 just to kind of remind you or spiral what we've been doing. So for number 10 here, we have parentheses, which means we need to distribute the exponent. 3 times 3, we have x to the 9th. 3 times 3, we have y to the 9th times x y squared. Yesterday, when we multiplied, we added the exponent. So when you distribute, you multiply. We're not distributing. Now we're actually just multiplying, so we're going to add our exponents. X to the 9th times x to the 1st gives us x to the 10th. Y to the 9th times y squared, 9 plus 2, you get y to the 11th. So this is just taking into account what we've done the last couple of days. 14 here, we have some parentheses. We're going to distribute the exponent. We have 2 to the third, a to the 6th, plus, now these, we don't have any exponents outside here, so we're just going to multiply these. We get 3a, add those, you get a 6. 2 to the third, though, we actually plug into our calculator. That's 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8a to the 6th, plus 3a to the 6th. So because now for addition, you have to have like terms. They're like terms. So you add your coefficients, and you get 11a to the 6th. So today, main thing to remember is that you are distributing the the power to the inside of the parentheses. If you are raising a number to a power, you're probably going to want your desmos for that. But if you have an exponent already and you're distributing to that exponent, you need to multiply them. So if there's any questions or concerns, make sure you guys reach out. You have a quiz coming up next week.